Namaskar, welcome. This is Dada Ranjitananda, and today we are going to the lesson number 5 of our yogic meditation course. In this lesson, we are going to continue with the points of Yama and Niyama. So today we are going to look at Santosha, or contentment. Then we'll do some meditation with the mantra. Then we are going to talk about Brahmacharya. And Brahmacharya is the idea that everything is an expression of that cosmic consciousness. In the end, we'll have time for questions. And as usual, you can type your questions in the questions window. You can type during the presentation, and I may answer immediately, I may answer in the end. But I keep track of the questions usually, and if there is something very much related to what I'm explaining, I can add to the explanation. All right, so let's go ahead. The course has 7 classes, which are presentations. But one part of the course is what you do at home in your day-to-day life. If you can implement what you learn in the course in your day-to-day life, because that's what matters. It doesn't matter if we know a lot. It matters what we can implement in our daily life. And the meditation is such that it's necessary to do it every day. Just like food, we eat every day. Therefore, we meditate every day. A few things about the practice. And regarding the system, the volume you can adjust in your computer, and you can also adjust the size of the windows. If you want the camera bigger or the presentation bigger, you can adjust it in your computer. All right, so regarding the practice, the most important points are perseverance. You persevere in the practice. You continue doing the practice. Don't stop it every day, twice a day. I'm asking only 5 minutes, so that's not a big time. It's not so much time. You can take 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, but do every day. If you are not a beginner, then if you are doing more meditation, you continue doing more meditation. Add the 5 minutes with this mantra, the universal mantra, Bhavanam Kevalam. Then perseverance, regularity, then you gradually increase it. Okay, now I'm asking you for 5 minutes. You can increase it to 10 minutes. As you get established in the 5 minutes, then you can increase. So your practice becomes deeper. And adding new practices. Now, during the course, I taught the basic silent meditation with universal mantra. Plus, I'm teaching many points of Yama and Niyama, which are 5 points of Yama, 5 points of Niyama, making 10 points. So those are actually practices. So there are 10 practices that you do in your day-to-day life as you relate to other people and you relate to yourself. Okay, so now let me ask you one question, and that question is related to your practice. How are you doing with your practice? Let's just get an understanding how it's going. Okay, I'm waiting a little bit so that more people give their vote, and then then we'll analyze the results. I'm still 70%, so I would like to reach a little bit more. So just answer, even if you are not doing, if you are doing, it's just kind of to have some statistics here. All right, so I have good representation. Let's see. So have you been doing the meditation at home twice a day? 44% of you said yes, twice a day, every day. That's great, that's the majority of you. Then 22% yes, every day, at least once a day. That's very positive. Still make an effort to increase. And then only a few days, 11% of you make an effort to make it at least every day. And I have not practiced, 22% of you. It's important to practice because it's like, let's say we will talk about food. So I will tell about all the different types of food, they taste very good and this and that, but you don't try it. So you will never really experience it. So it's very important to do the meditation. Okay, so that's enough for now. I'm going to continue with the practice of Santosha. Santosha is a practice of niyama. So there is yama and there is niyama. The difference, yama is something that you relate to another entity, something outside you. For example, you will not harm anybody. You use the words for bringing welfare with truth. All this you're relating to some external entity. But in this case here, Santosha is niyama. Niyama depends only on us. So this Santosha means contentment. It is a practice. You can remain in a state of contentment, or you can let yourself go into a state of being discontent, means you are not happy, you are in a bad mood, you are not maintaining a state of mind that keeps you positive and, let's say, in this state of contentment. So this Santosha, we need to understand that it depends on us. It doesn't depend on the other people. Sometimes maybe in my workplace, there are people who their attitude towards me is not good, or even their behavior in general is not good. So I may feel pessimist, negative because of that. But I need to understand that the way I feel depends on me. It doesn't depend on them. They can be whatever they are, but I don't have to allow that inside me. I need to be able to regenerate that energy within me and keep myself in a state of contentment. Another thing is sometimes people are not content because they don't have something. Oh, maybe my house is too small, maybe it is too old, maybe I want a new car or something like that, and I'm not able to buy, so I let myself go in a state of being discontentment. But regarding desires always come. One can always have desire for more, more, more. And that's something natural in human being to want more. We don't want to allow it within us. We have to understand that what is essential is limited. There is some limitation of what is essential. But there is no limitation of desires. It is something that we can desire only depends on what we think. If we can control our desires, if we can control our greed, then there will be more contentment within our mind. So that's something to keep in mind. So this Santosh, it needs some effort in our mind, some practice. It needs that we do it every day. So that is Santosh. Okay. How do we get more established in Santosh? We get more established when we don't have the desire at all, when we can control the desire on the root, so we don't desire many objects. The moment we don't desire, then we have control over that desire, and then Santosh becomes easier. So Santosh, what is Santosh? Contentment. It's a mental state. It's a mental state that I can develop. Another point depends on us. And the other point, it is a practice. It is not something that will be automatic. It depends on how I practice. In fact, my mental state depends on the mental state that I encourage. For example, once one person came to me to learn meditation, and he told me, Dada, I'm always angry. I wake up in the morning, I'm angry. Then anything that happens, I'm angry. So I'm always angry. What to do? Well, I told him that what is happening is that he is practicing anger. So by practicing anger every day, he is becoming established in anger. Now what to do? He has to change that way. For example, when he wakes up in the morning, the first thought should be a good thought. Think about something positive. Think about the mantra. So in that way, you already make a change from the beginning of the day, and slowly, slowly, you can change your state of mind through practice. So this Santosh is a practice. We make an effort to keep our mind in a state of contentment. And whenever we see that the mind went into another state, we will remind ourselves, hey, contentment, it depends on me. I don't have to let my mind go into this other direction. I can bring it back to the state of contentment. And maybe close your eyes, meditate a little bit, try to re-establish control over the mind. And then constantly doing that, we get more and more established in the state of contentment, and it will remain as a basic state in our mind. It doesn't mean that we will ignore the problems, the injustices, and the sad things that happen in our mind. No. Yes, something sad happens. We feel sad but we don't let our mind really go down, down, down. We keep it still in a state of balance. Facing the adversities of the external world, facing the difficulties that happen in life, which is normal, but we don't let our mood go down, down, down. And that's the practice of Santosh. It's a part of Niyama. It only depends on us, doesn't depend on other people. That's the main point I would like to emphasize. So it is a practice and it depends on us. And by constant practice, we get established into it. So that is the first part of today's presentation a point of niyama. Santosh is this, the second point we are seeing of niyama, and that is to be added to your daily practice. So when you are doing your meditation twice a day, 5 minutes, during the day, you are practicing Santosh. You always, if you ever notice your state of mind is changing towards discontentment, you try to bring it back to contentment. And that with that effort, you slowly, slowly get established in it. All right? The next part is our meditation practice. We do always the meditation practicing during the class. So today we are going to do again, and it's going to be with the mantra, Bhavanam Kevalam, the universal mantra. What is the idea? We will close our eyes and encourage in our mind the feeling that everything around us is cosmic consciousness, supreme consciousness. How you can imagine or visualize that? You can feel it as if you are within an ocean of peace and tranquility. If you are more visual, you can feel that you are within a very bright light, and in that way you disconnect with the things around you, go inside, and then just repeat the mantra, Bhavanam Kevalam. I am going to use the guitar, sing the mantra. You sing with me at your place, then we'll remain silence. When we are in silence, you can continue singing the mantra, or you just continue saying the mantra. If any other thought comes in your mind, don't put attention to that thought. Go back to the mantra. Even if it's a very nice thought, or if it's a very negative thought, it's the same. You don't want to go in that direction. You want to keep the mantra in your mind. All right, so let's close our eyes, keep our spine, our vertebral column as straight as we can. Ideal pose would be the lotus pose, a yogic lotus pose. If you cannot do that, you can sit with crossed legs. If you cannot do that, sit in a chair. If you are very sick, lie down. But in any way, you do your 5 minutes of mantra chanting. All right, close your eyes. Let's sing the mantra Bhavanam Kevalam. 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 Bhavanam Kevalam, Bhavanam, 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 Kevalam. Continue meditating with the mantra Baba Nam Kevalam. You are surrounded by the Supreme Consciousness, peaceful, very bright. Repeat the mantra. Bhavanam, Kevalam, Bhavanam, Kevalam, Bhavanam, Kevalam, Bhavanam, Kevalam, Bhavanam, Kevalam, Bhavanam, Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam. Continue meditating with the mantra Bhavanam Kevalam. Bhavanam Kevalam 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 Bhavanam Kevalam. And continue meditating, repeating the mantra in your mind. Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam Bhavanam Kevalam. And now we get back. We are here now. can open your eyes. And we finished our brief meditation practice. So at this point, I will ask you a question. How do you feel after the meditation? We have half of you have voted. Let's wait a few more. Maybe some are still doing meditation. We are around 70% now. 70% have voted. 20% are feeling much more peaceful and relaxed. And 80% more peaceful and relaxed than before. And 0% just a little bit more peaceful, and 0% the same as before. So it seems that we got a good result here. I'm going to give a moment for questions. If you have any questions now, you can ask. Okay, the first question is, what is the maximum time of meditation? Well, there is no maximum time. I'm asking a minimum. I'm asking a minimum of 5 minutes. But if you want to do more, you can do more. You don't need to be limited to the 5 minutes that we have. You can go more. You can do a longer meditation. And regarding 2 times, it's good to do like in the morning and in the evening, because as you start the day and then you go through the day, you have so many activities, and then you are going to end the day. That time also you can do again the meditation. So these 2 times is you can do. So that's why I ask twice a day, and that's why I ask to do twice. Okay. So the next point will be, it's a point of jhana. It's the 4th point. It's called brahmacharya. We already saw ahimsa, we saw satya, we saw asteya, and now we are going to see brahmacharya. These are 4 points of jhana. If it is a point of jhana, it is a point of your relationship with others, something outside you. So in this case here, brahmacharya, what is brahmacharya? Brahma is the name in Sanskrit that we use for the Supreme Consciousness. Then we have brahmacharya. Charya is like to be established. So to be established in the thought of Supreme Consciousness. It means you think, or you kind of realize that everything is an expression of Supreme Consciousness. Means you are doing something, so you are actually an expression of Supreme Consciousness. There are other people involved in what you are doing, so the other people are also an expression of the Supreme Consciousness. And maybe there are some objects, maybe you are giving something to somebody. So what you are giving is also an expression of Supreme Consciousness. So everything is an expression of that same Supreme Consciousness. Now, how do you practice it? How do you practice that? One method, I'm going to give you a practical method to do it. That is a helpful method. When you are going to do something, an action, suppose now I am talking to you. So I'm going to start talking to you. So what I can do is, for a moment, I pause. I may close my eyes, depends on the situation, or I may keep my eyes open. And I think that everything is cosmic consciousness. To help me think of that, I can use the mantra. The mantra Baba Nam Kevalam. I can use the mantra to think that everything is cosmic consciousness. So I close my eyes for a moment, I repeat the mantra Baba Nam Kevalam, and then I start doing the thing. So in that way, it's like an exercise that I'm doing to encourage that thought in my mind that everything is cosmic consciousness. So that's a way to do it. So what is Brahmacharya? Brahma is the cosmic entity. Brahmacharya is to remain connected to the cosmic entity. I don't forget it. I keep thinking of it, even when I am doing other things. So this practice, I treat every object as a different expression of that same universal consciousness. So I feel that the cosmic entity is in everything. So by doing that, it changes my perspective. It changes the way I see other people, because even if I don't like somebody, if I think, oh, that person is an expression of cosmic entity, my attitude towards that person changes. Objects, my attitude changes. So this Brahmacharya is a very important practice. In fact, it can change our attitude towards anything outside us. We will not see anything as bad. Everything is expression of cosmic consciousness to be used in a certain way. So I have to give proper use to that expression of the cosmic consciousness. This practice of Brahmacharya will help to keep the mind with a cosmic idea during day-to-day activities. I think we are coming to now the end of the presentation, so I'm going to make a review, and then we have more time for questions, all right? So let's review the course. What have we seen so far? What have we learned so far? We learned a basic practice of meditation with the universal mantra, Baba Nam Kevalam. And that you are doing at home, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as long as you can, twice a day. All right. Then we have seen so far 4 points of Dhamma. We saw Ahimsa, not to harm anybody. We saw Satya, use the words with truth and benevolence. Not only telling the truth, because the truth may harm, so you don't want that. You want to say the truth, but you want at the same time to bring welfare. So these two combined gives Satya. Then Asteya, not to take anything from anyone without their permission. That's Asteya. And then Brahmacharya, we just saw, to see that everything is expression of cosmic consciousness and treat everything accordingly. So those 4 points of Dhamma. Then we went to Niyama and we saw 2 points of Niyama, Shaucha, or cleanliness, purity, and we saw Santosh, contentment. So we saw these 2 points. That's the course so far. Let's review what is the weekly practice. The weekly practice is morning. Just wake up, refresh your body. You can take a shower if you want, or you just throw some water in your face and arms and legs and the navel, genital area, and refresh the body. Then meditate. 5 minutes minimum. Use the mantra Baba Nam Kevalam. Everything is cosmic consciousness. Then this week, particularly practice Santosh. Observe your mind. Keep it in a state of contentment. make that effort constantly the whole week. And then brahmacharya, when you are going to the supermarket to buy something, that something is cosmic consciousness. The person in the cashier, expression of cosmic consciousness. The money you are using to pay, the credit card, expression of cosmic consciousness. Try to be present with that idea. You can use the mantra before you do anything. Just close the eye for a moment, repeat the mantra once, and get that feeling that everything is cosmic consciousness. Then you do your action. And you come home after work, after school, the whole day. Do 5 minutes of meditation. Then your family life will be better. Your life with your partner, friend, everything will be better. So that's the weekly practice. And again, we go for questions and answers. We have a few minutes left, and you can put your questions. Okay. The first question is more like a comment. It is very difficult to practice brahmacharya. It may be difficult to perceive practically that everything is cosmic consciousness. But remember, you are practicing it. Let's say swimming. Somebody is going to learn swimming. He doesn't know anything. So he thinks, oh, it's very difficult. Yes, it's very difficult. You should not just go and jump in the water. You will drown. Don't do that. So you will have to learn it. How do you learn it? Practicing. So the teacher will tell how to move the arms, how to move the legs. Then we'll put you in the water so you get a little bit used to the water. So slowly, slowly, you are learning it. So in the same way, it is very difficult to be established in brahmacharya, but you are just practicing it. As a minimum, you do as I mentioned, before you start doing something, you repeat the mantra in your mind. So in that way, it gives you an idea that everything is cosmic consciousness. And then you do your action. So you are practicing it. So slowly, slowly, it's going to come. And you don't worry about the final result. You just do the practice. Then it may become easier as you go along. All right, so that was one. A practice, okay, there is a question about Santosh. What about if you are meeting some people you don't really like? How can you keep contentment? Well, as I mentioned before, you are meeting somebody you really don't like. So maybe try to apply brahmacharya. Think that even that person I don't like is also expression of cosmic consciousness. Then you make an effort to keep your mind positive even while talking to that person. You don't have to be, let's say, false, but it is how you are feeling inside. Because if you are not keeping yourself in a state of contentment, it's not bad for that other person. It's bad for you. The effect will be on you. So in that way, why to let it happen to you? That's the question. So that's the point. So that's the point of practicing it. Maybe in the beginning it will be difficult, but as you practice, you get established into it. So I'm giving much emphasis on the word practice for the meditation, for the Jama Niyama. It will not be everything automatic, but you'll be practicing, and as you practice, it will be happening. All right, so I don't see any other questions. I think I would like to end now the the presentation. And this much for today, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much. Namaskar.